Silvis in the News Center at DeSilvis'MEDIA. Today's date is today is Saturday. I've got to check the date here. It's weird. 2/13/2016. It's already almost halfway through the month here of February. And this year is a leap year on the 29th. Now, there's many ways of avenues of where you can help us. We still need a couple $1,000s to help pay bills around here. We're not asking you to pay our bills. We're just asking you to help support a cause of freedom media, true media in America, where we have other people who we help pay based on the support you give us to help them so they can give the news, so we can link to them and share their news with you. And they also make money as well from us. But without your support, we're not able to pay those people. So that's why we need your patriotism and your true American loyalty to help us in our cause and those efforts. I don't know if you realize this, but a lot of you probably don't even have a clue that in the Bundy Ranch situation on Thursday night has heated up again in a major way. There were 4 AV units, one of those things where they have guns and all of them on board. They're huge vehicles that have burdened all the police departments all across America with unnecessary cost and maintenance bills for these NRAD vehicles. They all have them, and they were surrounding the compound of only 4 people in there. And it's really, really heated up. So we don't know. We're going to let you know when they didn't get killed. I think they, Bundy's supposed to go out there and be with the patrons there. And they're going to bring some more reinforcements with there. They say the FBI has backed down, but they said they're not going to escalate anything and they're not going to do anything until they talk at 8 a.m. tomorrow, the next morning. So there's a lot of things that have just heated up within the last couple of days over out there in Oregon. We haven't forgot. We just haven't been covering it because nobody's been sending any denario. Money! Send some money! So we can send you the news. Because it takes money and bandwidth and electricity to bring it all to you. Okay? That's how it works. That's reality. Okay, we're not in a medicated world. A lot of people might be, but I'm not, and I know that's the cost I have to pay every month. So, if you want to help us in that very regard, you can send your donations to us at 7110 New Hunter Road, apartment 423, Mechanicsville, Virginia 23111. It's just like we helped a lady downstairs that had a guy that was after her that was a psychotic, and the cops, the police department over here in Hanover County are acting really weird. I've done work for police departments before, and there's a sheriff named Bushy. It don't even sound like a real person, but his name is Sheriff Bushy. Okay? Now, he's told me that, if I change my mind to call him, he'll see about paying me something, see what he can do about it. I've called him over a week, haven't heard anything from him. Okay? So it really sends a real resounding message to me. I helped them catch this person. I helped him go get put in jail. I gave him a lot of information that he did not have at the time because he was new to the case. I knew that when I saw him because I didn't recognize the regular officers that normally come out here. And, I just knew that he had no knowledge of it whatsoever, or very little of it. So what I'm saying is I helped him out, and he knows it because he's made the statement that I made his job a whole lot easier. Well, I'm asking for you to pay me $1,000 for my work. Because I've been doing this since July, watching over this person. And I would really like to get some reimbursement here for my work. And, I and you, we saved this girl's life, this lady's life. And I think that should go with merit, because it really speaks volumes to me when I don't get payment or don't hear anything in over 7 days. When I've left 3 messages with the police department. And it doesn't show good very well, other department here in Hanover, if they don't make do with payment for what I've done. So I hope that we can resolve this and that this is just a misunderstanding, which I think this really is. And I hope that we can move on and still work together, because that's what we're supposed to be doing here. And that's what I'm asking you to pay me, $1,000 for my work, my services. I want to hear from you here as soon as possible. Known as in the field ASAP. So no lollygagging around or giving me the phone run around like when I called. I was getting the run around. I wasn't getting to speak with the person, Mr. Bushy, which don't even sound like a real person. Sounds like someone using a name that wasn't even a real name. to begin with. So, I need to get somebody here. We need to get this straight, and I don't want all the BS. I just want my money, okay? So that's really where we're at. All right? Because that just shows me that I won't work for you, and then I'll put out word that other people that help you won't work with for you either, because you're not being dishonest. You're being not honest and not really being law-abiding. When people do work, they should get paid for what they do. Because I didn't give you just a little tip. I gave you the guy. I gave you the information. I told you what to do on how to catch this guy. Now it's your turn to pay up. And that's what people are supposed to do when they're in a society that's not corrupt, and do things by the book and do it righteously by law. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Now, it's just a lot of things going on, that we do here. We do a lot of different things, and they're all good. But people sometimes like to underestimate you because they think you got an eye problem and they think you don't have much IQ. But believe me, I know a lot more, and I'm a lot smarter than I look. And believe me, I know when I see shit, I know what shit looks like. And I know when people are real. And when people are real, they follow their obligations. Okay? So I don't know who that guy was that came out here. Yeah, he had a badge on. He had a uniform on. It did say Hanover County on it. And yes, he was an officer, but I don't know if he was a standard or regular officer. Okay? So that's the whole point I'm trying to allude to. So, because I know a lot of departments have been bought out and have other people working in there that don't really belong here. They're not local. And they may be from a foreign, like they're foreign people that are in place of the officers that are supposed to be working in the area. And that might have been what happened here. I'm not really sure, but I know a lot of places this is happening from intel all over the country, contacts. And this could be why this has happened, but I'm not going to let it go quietly. I want this to be paid. It's not fair for me to do work like this and not get paid for what I've done to save someone's life. It's not up to the person to pay me, but it's up to the police department in the area. That's how it works. They pay. Okay, that's how it always works. Okay? So anyway, we're going to talk about more news. We got this winter storm watch in effect starting on Sunday night into Monday afternoon of snow accumulation 2 to 4 inches. Not 2.5 to 3 feet, but 2 to 4 inches. And about 1 to 2 tenths of an inch of ice for Tuesday in this area. So that could knock out some power in some areas. I'm going to say it's going to knock out all power, but in certain areas it will knock out power. 1/10 of an inch will knock out power. 1/10 will to 1/4 of an inch. And 2/10 is almost 1/4 of an inch. So, we're going to have lots of power outages, in the Richmond area, with it being so cold and the winds blowing and all tomorrow, especially into Monday, into Tuesday morning. So that's when the ice is supposed to come on Tuesday. There's no rain for our area except later on Tuesday. But as far as Monday night into early Tuesday morning, it's all ice. So, it's going to be pretty dangerous. I don't think people will be going to school on Monday for sure. I know that for a fact. And Tuesday they may not go to school either because it all depends on when this ice changes over to rain. That's not clear. Some models say where we are in Hanover, it may not happen. It may just be all ice here. And some models show it'll be snow. So, but further, Richmond and areas south, it will change over the rain, but we don't know the window as to exactly when that's going to transfer or take place. So, we'll keep you posted on that. Stay safe over the weekend. Stay warm. Stay in place. Make sure you have enough food and supplies on hand in case the power is out for several days in your area, in the Northeast, and some areas like it is sometimes. And make sure you have plenty of supplies on hand. Like I said, I'll say it twice, not because I'm repeating, but it's that important. Food, medications is what we're talking about. Batteries for flashlights, indoor radios, and other things that you need that are essential. Make sure your cell phones and laptops and all are fully charged up and ready to go. You record and report. You have to have charged up stuff all the time. That is so important. Can't say that without any question. So It's just a lot of things going on, folks. Doing the right thing, I always have suggest and I've addressed many, many times, because it's so important that we continue and practice doing the right thing under the old way, as people refer to, which is really the only way that this country was built on. That was the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. That's not the old way. That's the way it's supposed to be and should ought to be, not misquote it like the federal agents were doing out there in Oregon and using it the wrong way. But we're talking about you following the only way, because that's why the Constitution was instituted, so that all states would follow those same rules of law and give people the same rights and guarantees, no matter what classification, poor or rich, or in between, middle class. Doesn't matter what you are, because you all have the same inalienable rights. That's why those documents were written and those decrees were given, so they would not be changed. That's why it was written in such a fashion and or way, so that people, I got to put another dime in the meter. See, you all pay. I can put new lights in here, and I want to do this stuff. See, like I've always said, you think everything's free, but I'm telling you, it's not free. See, there's one light that's out up there. You see that? One light. That's why it looks funny. So if you want to help, you're not paying bills. You're helping me to stay on air and to do what I do. And as things get continued, we'll go out to places, but we got to have money for gas and drivers. It costs money. That's why I haven't been going out to places. Hello. See, that's how it works, folks. You bring the money in, we do the work, but we can't do the work without the money. Okay? So please make a donation. You don't have to subscribe. You can subscribe if you choose. You can donate whether you're a subscriber or not. That's irrelevant. Just send it to the address that we listed, 7110 New Hunter Road, apartment 423, Mechanicsville, Virginia, 23111. We are a for-profit organization. We also have a church here in place, community church, and we also have a radio station here, which is what we're doing here, that does video and radio 24/7. And we need your support to do this stuff, because it's not free. Okay, you got to pay rights for copyright, you got to pay rights for broadcasting, you got to pay rights for internet costs and transferring of data. There's all kinds of things that you have to pay for that you don't know about, because you don't run a station and you don't have any idea what's involved. But if you want to come over here and take a look, you're welcome to come here, but call first so we can have this place ready for you to come in to look. Sometimes it's pretty messy in here if I'm doing other things with computers and stuff. So make sure you call. If you have a computer you want me to work on, that's another way how you can help us out. Give some work. It's another way you can pay to our calls, because a part of it goes to the operation here. So independent media is what you're supporting. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Look it up, people, because it's in the dictionary what independent media is. And that's what true media is, when all else, corporate or dinosaur media, fails every time. When they give you misinformation, we provide the real truth, where they water it down with a bunch of lies. So that's really what it's all about, folks. And there's a lot of us out here that are doing this. InfoWars, Drudge, just to name two, myself, Taboo 777, all these people are all doing the same thing that I'm doing. So how they do it, they get support from you. That's how. Subscribe down below and tell me what you know. Remember, keep it clean, because kids do watch. And remember, it's a Christian network. See you later. Thank you for those who do support us. Take care.